What's going on, guys? Just getting out here today, setting up for some walleye, maybe some midday pike here. Got Rob and his dad out today. Just kind of setting up here. We got a couple lines in, got a few more to go, and maybe I'll walk you guys through setting up an auto. I've had a few people ask on how we set them up, so let's get started. Over here setting up, and Chef's already picking up walleyes.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Walleye number one for the day.
Yep.
Sweet.
What's going on behind you there?
That one went off, but nothing's there.
Okay. All right. Cool beans.
Cool beans, number one for the day.
Goodbye. Thank you.
So here we have a tip up that we set. We kind of decided to put it here using the Fish ID 3D on the Garmin here. And basically it's almost as if you're standing on the bottom of the lake. And it gives you a really good perspective where the humps are and where the transitions are. And I know that you can get this information looking at the depth chart too. But this really does help give a pretty good idea on how to get onto points and stuff like this. Now we saw a little bit of weed structure on top of that, and it was a little shallow for where we wanted to be. So we moved off to the side a little bit. But you can see some of these other points in the background. We've decided to go and put some of the other tip-ups that we have and other autos and stuff that we have out. Based on that information, and to try to sit up on those humps and see if the walleyes will come up there and eat.
All right, guys, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through on setting up the Automatic Fisherman here. So the first thing you want to do is take your weight, put your weight on here, send her down, let her get all the way to the bottom, fishing a little on the deeper edge here. Got a couple up on the flat and got some on the deeper edge here as well. Just kind of trying to play, see where they're at this point in time. So first thing you want to do is get her to the bottom, reel all the way down to the bottom where your ice stopper bobber is. So that basically, when you put your rod in here, that gives you almost a foot right off the bottom, right off the bat. Depending on how far you're so much snow and all that kind of stuff, and how far off the bottom you are there. But just a good starting point. I do use my live scope a lot of times to set, just so I know, like we're setting in weeds. I'm setting over the top of the weeds right now, so I do kind of like to make sure I'm in a weed pocket or not down in the weeds. Like to have that minnow swimming around freely. One of the biggest things that I know Rob has taught me while doing the Automatic Fisherman, if there's a little bit of a wind, probably anything other, not just Automatic Fisherman, but if there's a little bit of wind, try to throw your line downwind as you're pulling your line back out of the hole. Grab a minnow. Okay, with the Automatic Fisherman, you're actually want to make sure you're just hooking the minnow enough that you're not hooking too deep. The whole point is as it sets the hook, you want it to rip through the minnow, and you want them hooks to drive into the roof of the fish's mouth or into the corner of the fish's mouth. Get your minnow on. Like I say, on this particular set here, I'm fishing a little deeper. I'm probably in 18 feet of water. Just looked like there was some laid down weeds there. I know there's weeds up on the hump here a little more, so I thought maybe earlier in the day, maybe we'll be a little luckier out on this deeper edge. We'll see. I know we picked up one walleye so far since we've been here getting set up, so we're off to a good start anyways. Put your juice in your ice stopper bobber, put your rod in. And remember, when I reeled down all the way, I'm already a foot off the bottom. And then I use these inline bobbers. Rob doesn't use them. Some guys use them, some guys don't. I like to use them. It gives that fish a little bit of time to swim off with the minnow. before it sets the hook. And like say, I do like to kind of check with the live scope before I walk away, just to kind of make sure that we're where we want to be. And I could come up a little higher. And earlier in the day, I like to bring them up a little higher. Just clear lake here too. It gives the fish a little more of a chance to look at it. We should be good there. Right above the weeds. Then we're gonna hook the Vulture system up here. We use the little gator clips. You hook it onto one of your eyelets, get the distance about right, and just kind of shove her into the snow. Let the magnet fall off. Helps you make sure it's working. Set up, ready to go. So we're about 2 feet off the bottom. One other thing I like to do is make sure that there's a gap between the last eyelet here and the trigger. Sometimes it will freeze to the shaft there if you get wet or whatever. So just a good habit to get into is to create that gap there, and we're all set up, ready to get fishing.
I'll just reset this one. What pace to reset, right? Show off your catch.
Got leader.
See, there he is. Oh, yeah, there. He's hungry.
Walleyes!
Gunning and gunning. Look at it. Tickle me fancy.
They're pretty awesome. Being able to use the snow dogs to get over here real
Right.
fast to get to these lines.
Yeah. Running and gunning, baby. Thanks, bud. Oh,
there we go. Double.
We got a close bail and set the hook. Set the hook.
Hey-o, this is my hair.
Coming. And we got another Walter.
We got splashed in that.
You got a little water splash in the face.
He said, Rob, you look a little thirsty.
Alright, do we got another? Got another one going. Got another one.
It's like a triple going on here.
Coming. We have a fabulous walleye going back to once again bite. Thanks, bud. Oh, wait. Hey. See, it was the one that came through on my live scope.
He's got some. Roberto with the shack eye.
Shack eye.
Sure, my hair looks great.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Can you part it?
Right.
Alright, so far we've got probably, I don't know, 12 to 15 walleyes. Nothing big yet, unfortunately. Hoping we can pick up a bigger one yet here. Give it a couple more hours and see what happens. Got a hot hole here. This one keeps going off. Looks like something is there right now, actually. Yeah, maybe we can get you to get this on video. Here it goes. He's there. Oh, fish on. Talk about a hot hole. Right on camera, right on cue. Cutter size here. Another one though. I just keep picking them up on this hole here. It's kind of funny. Might as well just sit here and wait for him. This one I honestly just reset it just before I started the video here. So reset. Picking up another one right off the bat. Can't beat that. Watching that bobber go off, that's pretty cool. Sending them home. Russ got one jigging. Little guy. Hey-o, got one jigging. Jigging in the shack.
Chicken.
Life's open. See you later, bud.